Hello everyone, Joseph-Alexandre, your relational support counselor, here today to talk to you about a kind of grief that almost no one prepares you for. The grief of future family that you'll never meet after going no contact. When people talk about going no contact, they usually think it's about losing their parents or childhood home or culture, but there are quieter losses. Losses that are future ones, the ones that hit you unexpectedly years later. So for many of us, the moment that we step away from unsafe family dynamics, we don't just lose the past, we also lose the future. And so one of the deepest cuts is this. You might lose nibblings that you never meet, nieces or nephews who will grow up without you, the kids who you always imagined spoiling, protecting, teaching, loving, even if you were just a fun queer uncle or a cool queer auntie. You lose those birthdays that you'll never get to attend, or the photos that you'll never receive, or funny stories, or firsts, first words, first crawling, firsts, right? First day at school, the tiny hands that you'll never get to hold, uh, or even the chance to be the adult that you wish you had growing up when you were small. So, this is grief. That's not dramatic grief, but it's still grief. It's still quiet and invisible. And it's the kind that you carry alone because it feels strange. Uh, Sometimes it feels kind of complicated to explain because it's like a person that you've never met before. And here's the part that people don't talk about. When you grow up in a family where there was love that was conditional, controlling, or rejecting, stepping away is often the only way to stay alive inside your own life. But when you know that it's the right choice, your heart still mourns for the imaginary futures that died when you made that decision. So you mourn the versions of your siblings that could have been safe to love. You mourn the version of yourself that could have been that uncle or aunt or mentor. You mourn the family that you hoped might one day treat you with respect. And sometimes you even mourn the child that you once were, the one who dreamed of growing up surrounded by family, surrounded by warmth and connection. So if this is your story, I want you to know something. Grief is real. You are allowed to feel it, and you are allowed to protect yourself anyways. Because choosing safety is not betrayal. It's an act of survival. And sometimes survival comes with terrible, terrible losses that no one sees. But there's also reconstruction. There's chosen family. There are friends whose children will know you. There are communities where your presence will matter. And there are young queer people who will see you and think, wow, it gets better. So you could still be the adult that you needed, just not from the family where you came from. And if you're grieving this loss quietly, you do not have to carry it alone. I offer relational support and accompaniment here in Quebec. If you think my services would be right for you, I offer 15-minute free consultations, and you can book your sessions at the links that I'll attach to this video. Take care.